Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to be talking about the NBA today. Yesterday, we had a very good day. Overall, we hit almost, what was it, $200 on the NBA. I have to go check actually, but I think it's between $200 and $300 for the NBA. I've been using pretty much. I've been doing this for a long time, for over 3 years. And what I noticed is that I didn't have all the data. Like I looked at, for example, head to head stuff, like everybody does. I looked at the injuries. I looked at the line moves, all this stuff. But if for whatever reason I was looking at one thing and then I would forget to check the other, and I didn't have no sort of system to check everything like that. So what I started doing is I actually created this software where it pulls all this data. And then after it pulls all the data, like for example, I'm looking here. Let me see if I can pull it in here. So let me just show you what it is. I've been sharing this. I was actually sharing this a lot on TikTok lives, but now I got it to the point where it's pretty much all automated, where I use scrapers, and then from the scrapers, it pulls into Google Docs, and then from Google Docs, it uses Claude or ChatGPT, and it pulls all this data together. I can't show you like what I used to show on TikTok live because it's not in a folder, but long story short, after it gets all filtered out and all cleaned up, this is the way it looks. And people actually pay me for this data right here. So I'll be giving it to you guys for free right here today. I actually shared this yesterday for free. It was on their beastsportspicks.com. And I gave you access to this sheet yesterday. And if you guys took advantage of that, we hit almost every play that we did, we hit it on. So it's a lot of good data. If you guys are interested in that, go to beastsportspicks.com. Make sure you follow me. I have not done, this is my fourth live doing on StreamYard. So if you have questions, please, I don't know how that comes in from Twitch, and I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now. So if you guys can comment, let me know that you're here. I can see that there's 6 people here, but I don't know how to like interact here. So it's my fourth time streaming on YouTube and Twitch. First time on Twitch, actually. So I'm gonna say, can you guys hear me? So today I'm gonna share with you guys. Let me take a look at what I have already. I know for sure I have. Let me just confirm before I speak. I like the Nuggets a lot today. I'm looking over here on the side. We actually went up 3 units yesterday. So let me just show you guys what that is. We went up over 3 units. So you can see we had a 6-3 record. That includes everything from the VIP and everything like that. But overall, just on this stats that I was showing here, we had 4. I'll just show you what they were. So I have the wins right here. Give me a second. So I'm just going to go through them real quick. So you can see I had the Pacers -7. This data is so solid that I was able to actually get it down to pretty much what they were supposed to win by. They had about a minute left. They were up by 8. So I was like, shit, there was risking it there. But then they ended up winning by like, what was it, 13 or something. So they came through for that. And then I saw that the Pacers were very good. 76ers are actually a decent squad, but they have a lot of injuries. So Pacers have been looking amazing. I don't know what's going on with them, but the last 15 games, they've been looking like a damn all-star team. So we hit with that. The only reason I had to do these parlays like that with the big numbers like that is because as you saw, I took the Pacers at the spread, but the reason I did these like this is because I saw it the night before. So what I started to realize is that if I look at it at the night before and I start looking at the line moves and the head-to-head stuff, it's a lot better because I get a lot better numbers and stuff like that. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that I took these 3 teams based on the data that I had, and they all hit pretty easily. You can see the scores right there is 102 to 115 for the Pacers. And then we had the Cavaliers was the one that I was worried about the most because the Timberwolves are looking very good and they have a huge team. Like they're all literally very tall and they're very, very strong. So look at the Rockets. They blew out the Blazers. I knew that already. Anyway, that was the second one. And then this is just a little side note. This had nothing to do with the information. This was just something that I use called positive EV. And then again, I just took the Cavaliers and the Rockets. I just liked them a lot. And then I took the Pacers and the Cavaliers. So I kind of mixed and matched. As you can see, it's the same teams. And then for the Hawks, I actually put this right before they started. I said, I like the Hawks, but I was going to wait for Trae Young because the last 2 or 3 days we were losing because of injuries. So one example I'll give you is we had OKC Thunder like 2 days ago, and the last minute they rolled out Shea Alexander because of a sore wrist or something, and it screwed up the game. They lost the game. So anyways, let me get back to the spreadsheet and I'll start going through it. And I'll tell you guys what I'm going with. I actually have one prop already. I'll give it to you guys. And then I have one parlay as well. So I'll share that with you guys. I'll go through this now. And then if you guys have questions, make sure you comment. Again, this is my first time on Twitch, and this is my fourth time on YouTube. So I'll do my best to kind of get through this real quick. So let's see. So right here, the Spurs and the Heat. One thing with the Heat is that they're not that good. And then they have Jimmy Butler. He wants to be traded. So he came back the other day. I stayed away because I was saying I want to see how Jimmy Butler comes back and stuff. And sure enough, I think they lost. I'm not going to pull it up now, but I'm pretty sure they lost. And Jimmy Butler did have 18 points. So he came back. He did some stuff. But I can't trust this team right now. They're losing a lot of games. I know they're at home. You can see the line shifted from a 2.5 to a 3.5. Jimmy Butler, and he just caused a lot of drama in that team. And not only that, but even without him, they thought they were going to do good, and they got blown out by like 40 points the first day he was out. So the money is shifting towards the Heat. You can see right here, 62% of the money is coming in on the Heat. The line did shift. For me personally, I'm staying away until I see what's going to happen with Butler and how he's going to react to all this bullshit that he's causing. So he got suspended for 5 days for being a drama queen, and then he came back, and then they lost. They lost without him, and then they lost with him again. So I want to see more from that team before I start betting with them again. I know the Spurs have Wembanyama back, so they've been doing pretty decent. They're not that good at all, but they've been doing better. Let's see. So the total did go from 221 to 220. So that went down. And you can see there's a heavy, that's what I hate about the over-unders. There's no clear indication. You have to do a lot more research. And I've been burned so many times on the over-unders that I've kind of just started staying away. And it's been working for me just staying away. But here's a perfect example. It's a contradiction. It goes down right here. So it started at 221 and now it's down to 220. But then on the over, you see 90% of the public and everybody's going on the over. So it's a contradiction for me. I stay away. It tells you here the injuries. And then you can see the Spurs, they're 3-7. This does not mean this is their record in the last 10 games. This is just that they have not covered the spread. So if you don't know what covering the spread is, I can explain that if you guys want. But I'm not going to unless you guys ask. So anyways, it's against the spread. It's not their record, win-loss record. So anyways, it's a stronger thing to look at rather than did they lose or did they win. If you go to did they cover the spread, it's a much stronger data point. So anyways, Spurs are 3-7. You can see the over-unders, there's 6 on the under. The Spurs are 5-5. The Heat are 3-7. So just real quick, Spurs are 3-7 and the Heat are 3-7. So you really can't rely on either team at this point, in my opinion. On top of that, look at the San Antonio Spurs. They're 33%. So they're not good. They're not as good as I thought they were, even with Wembanyama back. You can see 13-26, 33% in their last 39 games. So they suck. But I can't trust the Heat. Hope that makes sense. The under has hit 5 times in the last 7. So long story short, I'm staying away from the Heat. The Nuggets, I actually do like. There's going to be one of my parlay legs. So I'll tell you right now, I really love the Nuggets as a money line. And I'll tell you why. The Nuggets started at a -3. Now they're a -7.5. 93% of the money, all this stuff is on the Nuggets. It's a pretty easy, um, pretty easy way to go today with the Nuggets. They started at a 221. They went down to 220. This is just again a contradiction because this is going down, yet this is going up for the money. So it's a contradiction. The only thing I don't like right now is that Jokic is questionable, but he should play. If he doesn't, I still like the money line. I would not take the spread on this, especially if this guy is out. They should still win even if he doesn't play, but it's a little bit of a risk. You can see right here they don't cover spreads. They're 2-7 when they've played the Magic, but this goes all the way back to last season. 7 on the over, 3 on the under. The Nuggets just in the last 10 games have covered spreads 7-3. The Magic are not covering spreads. So I would not take the spread on the Nuggets. I'm taking it at the money line. You can see I did not know this. 27 and 21 and 7. You see, that's good to know. So the Magic are 21 and 7, 75% when they've played at home in their last 25 games. So that's good to know. I still like the Nuggets. So that's my first part of the leg. I'll actually show my slip if I can. I'm going to try to drag it in here and hopefully show my slip of exactly what I'm going with. And I actually put this in yesterday, so I already looked at the lines and they've already moved a lot more, so it's a lot more expensive, but I'll still give it to you guys. And then I like one prop so far. So the first leg is going to be the Nuggets money line. And then here's the other leg. It's going to be the Bucks. So you can see they started at -9.5. They went to an 11.5. That means they were heavily favored, and now they're even more heavily favored. So that's a very good sign. The public position, it's 71% of the money, 75% of the 71% of the tickets, 75% of the money. So pretty much 70+% of the money is coming in on the Bucks, and that's correlation with the line being moved in their direction. So that's good. Then you see 221 going up to 223. That's good. And then the over is good. So I have not seen this in a while, but you can see the public and the sharps are all in agreement that this line is going to go over 221. It's currently at 223 and it's kind of stopped at 223, but you can see that it's 92% of the public money and the tickets, everything is going towards the over. Let me confirm that. Give me 1 second. I just switched over to a new image editor, so I want to just confirm. Yeah, you can see right there 221 and went up to 223, and it's a clear indication 92% of the money and everything is going on the over right here, if you can see my mouse. So yeah, that's a good one. I'm not going to touch it. Again, I've been burned with the over-unders. I'm not going to touch it. But if you guys want to check that out, if you were to look at that, what I've done in the past, just so you know, I buy it back 10 points. So if I would buy it back 10 points from the starting line. So if it was opening line is 221, I would buy it all the way back to 211 on the over. And then I would parlay that together with something else. That's the only way I would touch the over-unders in today's day for me personally, because I've been burned so many times, especially if there's money and everything is matching. It's a bigger risk. These books are all over that stuff, and I'm not touching it. All right. Anyways, so the second leg for that, what I'm going with today is going to be the Nuggets and the Bucks. Like I said, I got this last night at a -123. I looked it up this morning. It was already like a -140 or a 150 or something. So what I started doing is I started doing my research. I started my research in the night, and I've been looking at a lot of stuff before the lines move. So if you guys stick around, I see there's 6 of you here, so I appreciate that. If you guys stick around, I'll give you the other 2 props that I have. I just looked over here, and I actually do have 2 props. So I'm going to share that. So just a little side note. Before, like I said, you would have to kind of go and do everything manually. Like you would have to go and check the line move, then you would have to go and check the public money, then you would have to go and check the injury report, then you would have to go check. And I actually used to do all this stuff on the lives on TikTok, and it would just take forever. And now it's like I'm able to get all this stuff into this broken down format right here. And if you guys are interested in that, go to beastsportspicks.com. There's my URL right there. And then it's all the way at the bottom. It's daily scraper data. And this is what you're going to get. So right before I hopped on this live, I put this out to the people that paid, and this is what they got. So I gave this away yesterday, like I said, and we hit, I'm not looking at it right now, but it was over 200, almost $300 just on this data right here. So if you guys just hopped on, I saw a few people just hopped on. You can see this is what I'm going with the Nuggets and the Bucks. So if you guys want to, if it was already too heavy, what you can do is you can get the Bucks at like a -2.5, and then the Nuggets on the money line. I would not touch the money line on the Nuggets, especially if Jokic is going to be rolled out, which I can check that right now. Actually, give me a second. Let me see. So Jokic, let's see. Where is he at? Why is this thing skipping? Give me a second. This thing is like skipping as I'm trying to scroll. So give me a second here. So right, you can see he's green right there, which is a good sign. It's actually right there when it's green like that, it says he's likely to play, which is very good for us. I've already put this in, but if you guys are a little bit, not as risk adverse as I am, or risk tolerant as I am, then you can wait to see if he comes to make sure that he's confirmed. But from the looks of it, from my experience, when I see that this is green right here, more than likely he's going to play. So let's keep going. The only other thing I don't like is that this goes all the way back to last season. It's not that crazy, but it's a 2-7 right there. So anyway, let's keep going here. What was the free? What that free yesterday or VIP? What do you mean? Chris, you're asking me what was the free yesterday or the VIP? I just shared them. I'll share what I hit yesterday. So this one, I don't think I gave this one away. I think this was just my personal thing. I don't normally do 3 legs, but this is something I was testing out. I did give this one away for free, so you would have hit on that one. And then, what the hell? Give me a second. So this one, I don't know if I gave away for free or not. I know for sure it was in the VIP. And then this one in the VIP. And then this one I gave away for sure because I remember I was waiting for Trae Young to be announced if he was going to play or not. And then I got an even better news that Jalen Johnson was also going to play. So you can see I had it at a plus 11.5, and they ended up winning the game by 4 points in overtime. So that was a good hit for us. So anyways, out of these 5, I gave away 2. So if you haven't done so, go to the link in the description, or go to beastsportspicks.com. It's also listed right here, beastsportspicks.com. So let's see. Anyways, I like the Bucks money line and I like the Nuggets money line. You can even go with the Bucks. Like if it's too expensive, I would go like -1.5 or -2.5. I would not touch the money line on the Nuggets. I would leave it there. All right, let's see. The Nuggets, the Thunder versus the Nets. The Nets are just straight trash. I've been fading them all season, and just like the Wizards, they've been cashing. They just suck. It's just that simple. However, the Thunder, they got burned the other day because I had the Thunder the other day, and it was supposed to be an easy win, and they ended up losing. So Shea Alexander, I guess he had a sore wrist, and they didn't announce it as even questionable. And then all of a sudden, they just said, "Oh, this dude is out." like at the last minute, and it was not good for us. They lost the game, and it was not good. But anyways, this is a huge spread for the Thunder. I do like the Thunder here. I took them. That's one of my props that I'll give you guys now. I see more people are joining, so I appreciate that. I'm glad to see that. I was a little bit worried about TikTok being gone and stuff, but I appreciate you guys. Let me share what I got right here. I like Shea Alexander. A lot of books don't offer this. You can't do the same team with a player. They call it a correlation. So you're doing like a 25-point Alexander and then Oklahoma City to win or spread, as you can see here. This is a very expensive odd, but I love it because OKC is supposed to dominate the hell out of this team. And the way they're going to get there is with Shea Alexander. So Shea Alexander's current line is like 32. So I got it all the way back to 25. And then OKC Thunder, the current line is like 18. So I bought that all the way down to a -9. I hope that makes sense. If not, ask and I'll try to answer it. So, anyways, I bought all this. I can't touch this, but I bought it all the way back down to a -9.5. And the reason that I buy that back, I do trust OKC Thunder. Shea Alexander is actually still questionable. And on top of that, he's questionable. What can happen here? What can happen? You can see over here, he's questionable. What's going to happen here? More than likely, it's that the OKC Thunder are going to blow out the Nets, so they're going to start winning by like 20 or 30 or something, and then they're going to sit out the star players, which includes Shea Alexander, especially if he's questionable, especially if his wrist hurts and all this stuff. The first player that's going to be sat is Shea Alexander, so that might be burned. I don't know, but it is what it is. That's how basketball works. Pretty much any sport, but more in basketball, as soon as they start blowing out the team, they sit them out. So, anyways, the line went from a -13.5 to a -17.5. You can see the position is all over the Thunder. They're rested. The only questionable thing is Shea, but even without Shea, they should dominate this team. Opening at a 217, now it's at 216, so it went up. The money is all over the over. You can see the injury report right here. You could see again, Nets are 3-7 in the last 10 versus the Thunder. The 5-5 is an even number, and then the Nets are 4-6. So this is the last 10 games, and this is the last 10 games versus the Thunder directly. I hope that makes sense. And then you can see the Thunder are very strong, 7-2, covering spreads. The Clippers and the Lakers, to be honest, I have not even taken a look at this, so I'm glad I'm here. I'm not gonna touch this game. I'll tell you straight up. These two guys have burned me. The Clippers are actually very good, but they've burned me. And the Lakers, I don't think I ever have bet on the Lakers this season. They're just so damn unpredictable. One day they can be fucking all-stars, and then the next day they just suck. So I've stayed away from the Lakers, and you can see the line is shifting down. So it's going towards the Lakers at a plus. That would mean it's the opposite side. So the Lakers would be at a +4.5, and then it went down to a +3.5. So that what that means is that it went towards the Lakers. I hope that makes sense. However, you can see that the money. Well, that's a good sign actually. You can see the money is coming in on the Clippers, and even though all this money is coming in on the Clippers, the line is still shifting towards the Lakers. So that's a good sign for the Lakers. The opening went 218. Now it's down to 214. Let's see the injuries on the Lakers. Of course, they always have, no, even if this guy's not injured, they always have him as questionable. James and Davis all the time, like literally almost every day that they play, I see, and it's questionable. So you really can't go with the Lakers unless you wait for the report, especially if you're looking at them as an underdog. I would stay away from this game. That's just my opinion. You can see again it's a contradiction because this line is going down. It's going from a 218 to a 214, and then yet the money is going up. So that's a contradiction. Lakers is questionable, as you can see, questionable. It's saying Davis is out, but he's not out. It's just questionable. So Lakers are 3-7 when they've played the Clippers. Clippers actually have a better team than the Lakers. There's another contradiction, 7 on the under. I'm not touching that game. So what I'd like to do here is I'll put a little flag and I'll say too many contradictions. All right, the Bulls. Man, I'm from Chicago, and these guys are just like the Lakers. They can be everything can be pointing towards the Bulls to win, and then they lose by 20. So I stay away. I've been staying away from the Bulls. They just are so inconsistent. And let me just go through it so you guys can see. But I'm going to give you guys another prop that I like if you guys stick around. So let's see. The Bulls are -3.5. They went to a -6.5. That's a very good indication that the Bulls are going to win this game. Public support all over the Bulls, 82% of the money. The Trailblazers suck, first of all, and they're on a back-to-back. So I'll put that in there. I'm going to start writing notes like that so that people that pay for this stuff, they can start kind of seeing what I'm seeing, or they can start reading it if they don't understand it or whatever. Anyways, Bulls versus Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are on a back-to-back, so they're tired. That's the reason why this line is shifting. Not only that, but the Trailblazers suck. So Bulls are not good either, but they're much better than the Trailblazers. You can see the line went up 232 to 236. What's up, Kim Paul? So you can see the over is going here. 15% of the money's on the under. Again, I don't touch these over-unders. It's saying that all these guys are supposed to be playing. Is that right? Let me see. No, damn, they're questionable. That's not good. Levine is questionable. Lonzo Ball is questionable. Horton. So what I've said is that if this is green right here, normally don't quote me on this, but what I've seen when it's green, that means they're likely to play. So take that for what it is. Lonzo Ball, he's been in and out for injuries for 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons now. I would not trust this at all until he's back at least for a couple of weeks. 6-2 on the Bulls, 5-5 over-unders. The Bulls are 4-5. Just like I said, they're not consistent at all. Same thing with the Blazers. I would not touch this game at all, especially with the injuries. The Kings are on a back-to-back. Actually, sorry, the Wizards are on a back-to-back. I was looking at this last night, and right away I was going to jump on the Kings, but the line is ridiculous for the Kings. Look at this line; it went from a 16 to a 17. It's way too high for the Kings. Even going against the Wizards, being tired, I would not touch this. The Kings are not. You can see right here, the Wizards are 4-6. The Kings are barely 6-3. There's nothing that stands out to me on this game at all, especially this line being this high. More than likely, the Kings are going to win, but I don't think they're going to win by this huge spread, even if the Wizards are tired. You might even want to look at the Wizards at a +20 or something crazy like that. I don't know. I'm not touching this game at all. So I'll just give you guys what I'm going with. And I went through the whole spread, so the whole slate. So I appreciate you guys that are here. I'm really glad that there is some people here. I was a little nervous about TikTok being gone, and it is going to suck because they did offer a lot of viewership. But overall, we have to just keep pushing forward. That's how business is. That's how life is. We can't just cry about the shit that we can't control. So we move on. Anyways, beastsportspigs.com if you want the free stuff. Let me show you what that looks like real quick, and then I'm going to share a couple of plays. So beastsportspigs.com, and then you go to the free stuff right here. Make sure, if you have not done so, make sure you get those free stuff. We post a lot of free things in there, a lot of free plays, a lot of free education, a lot of free stuff. Then if you go down, we have the offer for 1 day pass, 1 week pass, 1 month pass, 6 month pass. And then if you guys want to learn how to do this stuff, I actually do this as one of my businesses. I don't, it's not a side business anymore. It's actually my one of my main businesses. So if you guys want to learn how to do this like legit, you go to apply for one-on-one mentorship. There's very limited seating on this because you're going to be working with me directly, and that's going to take my personal time. And that's why I have to be very careful with who I work with on this. And then if you guys are interested in the Discord, we have 2 more seats available for the $10 a month, and then it's going to go up to $20. We said the first 10 people were going to be $10. We've already got 8 people in there. So, anyways, there's 2 more seats at $10. After that, it's going to go to 20. And then it's probably going to go up to 50 at the end of the day. But that's for Discord. And then if you want the daily scraper data, that's just the stuff that I was just doing right now, which is this stuff right here. If you want this in your, you're going to get a text message and a email when this is posted every day. So you'll get this data every single day, and you'll be able to, if you don't know how to read this, then I can create videos on how to read this. But if you know how to read the line moves and stuff like that, it's not that complicated. Then you can get this daily daily scraper data here. All right, let me share a couple of plays, and then I'm gonna see about hopping off. So I'm gonna share what I already talked about, which is the Nuggets on the money line, and then the Bucks on the money line. I'm sure it's way more expensive now. I got this last night. Even here, the nearest book was like a minus 140. So I don't know how expensive you want to go, but if you want to buy it back a little bit, you can go with the Bucks minus 2.5 and the Nuggets money line. Again, go to the free picks if you want this sort of information messaged to you and emailed to you. Here's the one I just shared earlier. A lot of books don't offer this, where you're doing the same team with the same player. So you have to, for this one, it did allow me to do it, but a lot of books don't do it because I tried to do it on FanDuel, it didn't let me. I tried to do it on DraftKings, it didn't let me, and then this one did. So if you don't have access to this, then you might want to think about getting Shea Alexander with another team like the Nuggets or the Bucks or something like that. Anyways, I went with Shea Alexander over 25 points, and then OKC minus 9.5. And then sorry for the scribbles here, but this guy is going against the top 10 defense. I've been looking at, like I've already mentioned a lot about OKC and the Brooklyn Nets and all that stuff. So I think that the Brooklyn Nets are going to get demolished, and they're going to sit out their star players. The Nets really don't have any bench, so they're going to keep this dude in there. So that's a risk. The other risk with this one is that if you see the last 10 games right here, so you can see the last, I would say 15 games, he's crossed this line about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 times in the last 15 games. Overall, in the whole season, he's crossed this line 30% of the time. You can see all the red right there. The red means that he's crossed this line on the over, but we're actually looking on the under. If you see up here, it says under. So we're looking on the under. And the only, like I said, the only thing is because they have so many injuries, because they suck so bad, they leave this dude and give him a lot of time. And then he crosses this line from time to time. I don't think he's going to cross it today because, again, look at the defense over here. You got the top 10 defense. That's why I had to scribble on there pretty big. I tried to type it out on text, but it looked like shit. But this looks worse now that I see it. So, anyways, top 10 defense against this player in this position. I don't think he's going to hit this line, especially if he's hitting this line on the under 70% of the time this whole season. So, take it for what it is. That's what I'm going with. We got burned with the Lions yesterday. I had one with the Lions minus 2.5, and then I had the Chiefs minus 2.5, and then I had a bunch of parlays with the Chiefs. I actually had all week. I had been going with the Chiefs, like adding. So one example is like let's say I couldn't find something else to go with this Shea Alexander, for an example. So then what I would do is I would say 25 points with Shea Alexander, and then I would find, like, for example, the Chiefs, and then that's how you bring down the odds, and then you can hedge it at the end of that. If you don't know what hedging is, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, send me a message or send a comment on one of my videos or something, um, and then I can explain that. But again, if you haven't done so, make sure you get the free stuff. I'll take a quick glance. I was looking at the NFL. There's nothing that stands out to me, to be honest. I might look at props. I'm not sure. I don't want to push anything. We had an amazing day yesterday, so let me see if I can pull that up. Actually, let me show you. Let's see. So let me zoom in here. So yeah, I was wrong. It was not. It was not 295. It was 195. But that was just literally from. I actually made $300 yesterday, almost $400 yesterday. But I had to show here only the data. So I shared this last night or this yesterday morning. I said, "Here's the free data that I look at. Go check it out." And then I put the link and I gave it away for free. And and then I had to come back and show what we hit with that data. So this is what we hit with. I just shared it. OKC, the 3 leg parlay, the 2 leg parlay, the other 2 leg parlay, and then the Hawks. So all that came directly from the data that I was looking at. So let's see. Let me answer some questions here. So Eagles today, what do you think? They'll win with the odds. Eagles are going to be low scoring. So what I will tell you right now is I'm not touching these games today. I don't like anything there. What I did notice though is that there's a huge snowstorm in Philadelphia, and what that equals is under, and the line did shift down. So let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up. So you can see right here, the line did go down on the Eagles. It was at 44, and now it's at 43. So the line is shifting down, but you can see all the money is going on the over. So that's kind of the only little thing that stands out to me. And then I went to the spread, and you can see there's really not much. It's barely moving here. It's barely moving there. Actually, I'm sorry. Now that I see the Ravens, it actually went from an underdog to a favorite. So um, it's looking like the Ravens. They went from an underdog to a favorite. So I don't like I don't like it. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. When it was the OKC Thunder going against the Cavaliers, a lot of people were that was going to be the best game of the season for the NBA, and I was watching it, and people were asking me, "What are you going to go with?" And I said, "Nothing," because when there's two very strong teams like that, I stay away because there's no telling what's going to happen. They're just such strong teams, and there's no edge, and I only base my stuff on data, or data, however you want to say that. And since there was no indication of which team should win, then I stay away. So what I could do is actually look at the insights, and then I'll explain hedging. Let me look at the insights right here. Let me see if I can actually pull that in here. Give me a second. Not sure if it's going to pull up or not. No, it's not. So let's see. So let me see if I can give me a second. Let me try something, and then I'm going to show my insights so you can see. Give me 1 second. I'll be back. Sorry about that. Let me come in here and try to open up a document here, and you can see that this is the fourth time I've gone on this live, so I'm still trying to see what I can show and not show and all that stuff. So let's see. Anyways, I'm trying to show you guys something important, so it's worth the wait. Actually, this is the wrong damn sheet. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull up the insights for the NFL. That's what I'm trying to do. So if you guys want to hold off for that, that's cool. And then I'll explain hedging. So right here you can see the Rams, they're 33% in their last 18 games when they started as an underdog. So what I just said was the Eagles started. No, I'm sorry, that's the other game. But the Eagles, they're the Rams. Sorry, the Rams are not good when they start as an underdog. The Eagles, I think the Eagles want it more. There's a lot more. There's a lot more motivation for the Eagles. Just my opinion. And then you got the over under right here. The under has hit 8. So that's a good one. So a lot of the public money is on the over, but like I said, there's going to be a weather situation here. And then 8 out of the last 10 games have gone on the under for the Eagles. And then you got the Bills right here, 85% against just in general in the last 21 games when they started as a favorite. They didn't. They did not start as a favorite. They started as an underdog, and then they became a favorite. So that you can just kind of get rid of this right here because they are favored now, but they were not favored when they first started. I hope that makes sense. And then the over has hit on the Buffalo games, 12 out of the 16. So let me see the comments, and then we'll go from there. Big win last night. Yeah, Bob. Appreciate it, man. What's up, Carlos? It's my son, I guess. He's got the same name. Uh, yeah. All right. So hedging, real quick on hedging. Let me see if I can explain it a little bit better here. So for hedging, let's say I was looking at the Lions, for example, yesterday, right? Or I'll use my example. I was doing the Chiefs. So I had the Chiefs money line, and then all week I had been doing whatever bet that I wanted that was too expensive, I would add the Chiefs as the second leg. So let's say we'll use the example of Shea Alexander at 25 plus points, but you're going to get these odds of like, let's say 350 for this. So you're not, obviously you don't want to pay the minus 350. So what you do is you actually throw this together as a two leg. And now I can speak freely. Fucking TikTok. I had to watch what I said. So I can actually say what I want now. So that's liberating. So, anyways, Shea Alexander 25 points at a minus 350, and then you would do the Chiefs money line. Okay. So what happens when you do that is obviously that's going to bring down the juice to like let's say minus 125. So for every $100 you put up, they're going to give you 75 back, or let's just say plus 100 for easy math. So if you put up $100, they'll give you $100. So that's what you're doing by putting in the second leg, which is the Chiefs. So let's say Chiefs play next Sunday. I don't know. I'm just putting examples here. So you then all week you're adding different plays right here. So you would say, let's say Cavaliers. You like the Cavaliers or the Nuggets today, but you don't like them on the spread. So you're going to take the money line, and then you add the Chiefs, and then you just keep adding as many as you want, whatever. At the end of the week, when the Chiefs start the day, they're about to start the game or whatever, you're going to go against whoever is playing against the Chiefs. So let's say the Chiefs versus Ravens, for example. So what you do is you go, let's just say you had open tickets of about, I don't know, 15. Let's just say last time I had $350 in different slips, so different parlays throughout the week, and it kind of accumulated to $350. So then what I want to do is I want to cover myself. So what I would do is I would say, let's say the Ravens were at a plus 400 or something like that. So then I would have to, or for easy math, let's say that the Ravens are plus 350 odds. So then I would throw in $100 on the Ravens that morning. And what that happens there is that if the Ravens win, I get my money back. I get the 350 back. So that's hedging. You're covering your bets. So if the Ravens win, which they're not supposed to, for example, these are just examples. But let's say if you're going with the Chiefs against the Ravens, and then you've been getting the Chiefs on two legs and stuff, and you don't want to risk it because for whatever reason, so you want to hedge. So what you do is you go against the Chiefs, and you just cover the amount. So then if the Chiefs lose, you don't lose any money, only the $100. But if they win, then you win all the money that you had for all your parlays minus $100. So that's the risk. That's the only risk you have there, is that if the Chiefs end up losing, then you lose your $100. But if they win, you win whatever amount that is minus 100. I hope that makes sense. I made a whole video about it. If you guys haven't done that, go to my YouTube and give me a second. I don't know if I can load that up like that. I got to be careful the way I load up screens because I might be showing stuff I don't want to show. So give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find this video real quick. I created a whole video on this. It's 18-minute long video explaining hedging and stuff. So sorry, this thing is still a little confusing. I got a bunch of windows open. Anyway, if you go to my YouTube and then look for the one that says, actually, let me show you guys. Give me a second. I'll figure it out. So here's my YouTube channel, and you can see we go hard on this. We post stuff almost every single day. So if you guys have not done that, make sure you subscribe on there. I don't know how many people are on Twitch or whatever, but if you go to YouTube, you can get set up right there. And I'm trying to find a video where it says hedging. So let's see. It's right here. So the one that says hidden win strategy, and then I'm explaining how everything I just said, but it's much better explained right there. So if you guys want to go check that out, it's on my YouTube channel, and then go to where it says how to win at sports betting hedging strategy. So all right, guys, I'm going to be hopping off pretty soon here. I appreciate everybody that was here. If you haven't done so, make sure you comment, or sorry, not comment, but make sure you follow me. And then also go to the link in the above right here, beastsportspigs.com, and then you get the free stuff from there. I appreciate everybody. Have a good day, and let's win some money. Thanks a lot.